What's good, YouTube? It's your boy Sensei Dev back again. First listen, y'all know who that is right there. Today, man, J. Cole has dropped a track on a Thursday. Actually, it was a Wednesday when it dropped. Actually, it was a Thursday. It was a Thursday because it was midnight. But he dropped a track on a Thursday. I was out doing my thing. You know, I did not know that, you know, Cole was going to drop on us. And, you know, he's definitely stirred a lot of hysteria within the last 24 hours. I've seen it on Twitter. I'm probably the last one that's going to react to this. I've seen comments. I've seen things. There's things I want to say, but I want to listen to the song before I actually say it. But it's crazy. The one thing I want to say before we go into this, man, is cancel culture is toxic. Toxic as fuck. And I feel like while social media is a great platform, you know, it's a great thing. You know, it's a double-edged sword, I always say, because it's a blessing and a curse. You know, like, you know, there wouldn't be YouTubers, there wouldn't be socialists, there wouldn't be, you know, social media without social medias. But at the same time, it gives a lot of people that really don't need to, you know, be saying anything, a platform to say stuff. And I feel like, you know, it's a perfect example. You can be on top of the world, someone such as J. Cole, and even then will still try to get canceled. They'll still try to cancel you just because they don't agree with your opinion. Now, I'm going to go into this. I know they said who the song is about, but I'm just going to listen to this, and I'm going to interpret it in my own way. I'm just happy that we got some new Cole, and I'm here, man. So, like always, man, been fucking talking too much, man. We got J. Cole, Somebody in the Snow. That's what it's called. Hold on. Snow. Hold on. Y'all know I'm really raw with y'all. Snow on the Bluff. That's what it's called. Only a 3-minute track. I get to actually listen to this track. So if you don't like me pausing, head to that top right corner, hit that X, and get the fuck up out of here, because we're going to be talking on this shit.
Niggas be thinking I'm deep, intelligent, fooled by my college degree. My IQ is average. There's a young lady out there, she way smarter than me.
Yeah.
I scroll through the celebrities. Low-key, I be thinking she talking about me.
Alright, so I did see that line on Twitter, and I have something to say about that heavy. While he did not mention their name right here, everybody assumed that this was about No Name, right? And I want to say this right here, man. Like, I saw the tweets from No Name, and to be honest, that also could be said to me because I had some words for Kendrick, which I will explain at the end of the video. Because a lot of you guys, you know, for the people that actually watch me, I'll give you an explanation. You guys have been waiting for that. I'll give you an explanation about that. But I do agree with that. You know what I'm saying? Like, he does say that he is just an average man. She is this girl who has more IQ than me. He's praising this woman. And he's understanding that, you know, basically this woman wants him to do something out of the ordinary. But what is he supposed to do when he's just one man? I get that. I definitely feel where Cole is coming from. And Cole has never been an activist. You know, he's always talked about and he's always had knowledge, but he's never actually been an activist, such as someone like Kendrick Lamar. But, you know, we keep going.
Strike me as somebody blessed enough to grow up in conscious environment with parents that know about the struggle for liberation, and in turn they provided with a perspective and awareness. Spoken I'm not, that shit ain't no reason to talk like you better than me. How you gonna
real shit
when you attacking the very same niggas that really do need the shit that you saying instead of
real shit? So I hate when a lot of people act like they're better than somebody because they did this and they did this and they're more woke. You know, I find that when they're like in anything more woke, or you're a better music listener because you listen to the Beatles and you listen to Aerosmith and you listen to, you know, Nirvana and you listen to, you know, Kanye West. But the fact that I listen to Gunna makes my musical taste bad. But in whose regard does it make it bad? So the same thing right here when you compare, like, you're supposed to be this holy, almighty, woke person, the woman, right? If you are so almighty, help. You are a part of the problem. Help. Help the people that have no knowledge. Again, I understand that some people get tired, but we're not talking about you talking to someone of a race who's racist and trying to teach them. We're talking to you as you talking to coons and you talking to other African Americans and educating to help you understand and help them be a woke person as well. If you're an activist, you never stop being an activist. Remember that. And that's the problem I had with Lamar and not Cole. When you're an activist, you're a Panther, it never stops. 4 years ago album, I don't care. You're an activist forever. Once you pick up that lifestyle. Once you portray that who you are, you're an activist. I'm not an activist. I still need knowledge from people that have more knowledge, and I'm open to knowledge because I love to learn.
Only stop planting your seeds. Fuck is the point of you preaching your message to those that already believe what you believe. Almost a fucking retweet. Most people are sheep. You got all the answers, but how you gonna reach it?
So he literally said the whole retweet thing, and that's the problem. I don't want to bring up Kendrick until the end too much, but this is the last time I'm bring before I go. But a lot of you guys, when I said my tweet, I didn't say anything about a retweet. This is the one thing I'm talking about, and I guess the one thing you can see what sparked from Cole, and the same thing. And where did he say no name? Where I think that's another thing too. This song's about it's a general. It's general. He's talking about this woman in general. He's not talking about no name. But what happens is so many people assume and they know and it's common sense. Nothing is common sense until somebody says it. If I don't say something about you directly to you, you cannot sit there and assume, make an ass out of you and me. That's what assuming is. You make an ass out of you and me. When you're sitting there assuming it's about no name. He added no name, yes. He just said that she was a beautiful girl and that, she's definitely going to be somebody with a voice and I go follow her. She does her thing. But at the same time, I don't care. I said what I said. This is not about her. So the same thing goes for Kendrick Lamar when I was talking about him coming out and doing something. People were just like, well, you want him to tweet? Just because we're on Twitter and people are talking about tweeting. And where did I say tweet? Like, that's what you came up with, tweet? And that's the problem with it. People get on Twitter, people get on these social medias, and their opinions are they're so caught up in the way they think without actually thinking. And then they go hard without actually rationalizing and going in and thinking about but did he say he's tweet? Oh, tweet. Which, this shit makes me mad. It irks me. And shit like that just makes me want to get and makes people want to disappear. That's one of the reasons why people are silent. Because they just don't want to hear people's shit. Because a lot of people always got shit to say. So just the best way for people not to say shit, shut the fuck up. But then you also now get shunned for shutting the fuck up, which is a double-edged sword. So the world that we live in right now is chaos.
Inevitable, but ain't none of us seen this before. Therefore, we just gotta learn everything as we go. I struggle with thoughts on a daily. Feel like a slave to somehow to say that no coins to buy his way up. He said something that had me like, wait. He was like, Cole, appreciate what you've been doing, my nigga, that's real. But damn, why I feel faker than snow on the bluff? Well, maybe because deep down I know I ain't doing enough.
Snow on the bluff, now I think I'm not doing enough. I think that's another thing too. Just because a lot of people see the price tags, you see the nice cars, you see the albums that they made, you see this, and then you think that they're this hero. And you think that, and I know a lot of y'all are going to bring it up at the end, but whatever. I'm just talking about right now. A lot of people think that just because you got money, that you still can't be this person who doesn't really know anything. Like, you can have $1 million and still have no idea of what the fuck to do in the world, what goes on in the world. You're just someone who has money. That's all you are. That's all you are. I'm the same person that bleeds just like you. The person that has $5 is literally just as equivalent to me as a person that has $1 million. As a human being, at least. Like, I'm not talking about stature. I'm talking about as a human being. And I feel like when people do that and they step to these idols or whatever or whatnot, and they kind of just like say, hey, like, yeah, I'm just a normal person. And I feel like J. Cole even said it himself. He's never been an activist like that. He's never been an activist. He's just always talked about real shit. Talked about his life experiences. Talked about his upbringing. I talk about how the women and, making a left and she should have made it right when the crib was straight ahead. Shawty gave me a head. Hit it, then I quit it before she even made the bed. You know what I'm saying? Shit like that. So it's kind of just like when you hear Cole from his story and now he talks about now how he feels about life and, really finding his purpose and not really caring about what people think about that and, moving forward, just kind of positivity. But he's never been an activist. So now when you get here, he doesn't know a lot. And he feels like he's not doing enough when people are expecting him to do stuff, but he's not doing enough. And maybe he should do no more. Snow on the bluff. So I can understand that as well. I know I suck at explaining. I try my best. I just really talk really fast and I explain just what's on top of my head. So please don't come to me for the most insightful shit. I'm just telling y'all how I feel. You know? Is that Cole? Get the comments below. Who's singing? If that's Cole, hold on, he might be onto something if that's Cole. But if it's not, disregard everything I'm just doing right now. But if that's Cole, heard that. That's actually fucking beautiful. So I have a lot of things to say, man. Like, my thing is with J. Cole, man, again, he's always going to preach what he wants to preach. He's going to talk about, how he feels and about a topic and whatnot. And, he felt so strongly about it today that he had to actually come out and, tweet everything he said. The first tweet he said, though, was like, look, everything I said, I meant it. I did not. One thing I hate, and this is going to sound fucked up, like, if you feel some type of way and you believe it, I hate when people apologize. Save your apologize shit. Like the one time when the dude said the N-word and he said it on the game, like he said it on the game and he was the NASCAR driver, and obviously people, he said it and people, it blew up, and that's what happens in social media. It blew up and he said the N-word and, like whatever. And then I hate how they follow up with the apologies. Like, they follow up with the apologies like it doesn't mean anything. You're writing this apology on your little notepad, you're putting it on, and it has no meaning. I'm better off feeling like, if you really feel that way, come out with a statement like, yeah, look, it's part of the game. I am no racist. Yeah, I say it sometimes to make fun of it, and it is what it is. I'm no racist, though. I would be okay with that answer rather than saying, I know it's a degrading word. Like, yo, I say it. It's funny. We have fun. I'm not a racist. I know I'm not a racist. You ain't got to tell me I'm not a racist. Shit. But the problem is, it's the money. They worried about the money. They're not worried about being real. They're not worried about who they are. Like, that's the problem. If I say something, like, remember when I said the whole thing about transsexuals? I said it right, and I said it about what's it called on the album cover for Astroworld. I spoke my mind. I got shitted on, but I did not take it back. I did not apologize for what I know. I've always said a word. I meant nothing degrading by it. Just because Facebook said in 2018 is a degrading word as of 2018, I've been saying that since I was 22, since 2005, and I meant nothing by it. I am not that type of person. I know I'm not that type of person. I'm not gonna apologize to anybody for being me. I know I'm not that person. So I feel like a lot of people, they tend to feel like they need to do, they need to cater to all these randoms out there who get fake mad and they're fake woke, and that shit gets me, it makes my blood boil, all right? And with J. Cole right here, he said what he said. Again, he was making a broad statement. He didn't not once mention no name. You know what happened? Social media. People flipping it, like assuming that this is about somebody. I'm assuming it was about No Name. It's not about No Name, but he said, go follow No Name. She's doing her thing. It could, if the shoe fits. That's how I feel. If the shoe fits, maybe that's why y'all feel some type of way. The fact that people were trying to, disown and try to, cancel J. Cole for speaking his mind in a very respectful manner. Actually, this was a very heartfelt track. Just kind of just saying like, and even praising her at some point. Kind of saying like, hey, like what? And I know a lot of people were saying, this is another thing I noticed. A lot of people were saying like, hey, he should make a song about what's going on right now, like Lil Baby shit. Like Lil Baby, yeah, he did a great track. And it was one of the great tracks. Not a GOAT for that track, but it was a great track of the year. But J. Cole also was talking about other problems, because I feel like that's also a problem that we have in the black community. We like, look what they did to Simone B. Look what they did to Simone B just now. They tore her down. They say all this and it's all about upbringing, but then you're trying to bring somebody down, when in all honesty, he was doing the same thing that he did a Lil Pump. He was playing Big Brother, Big Sensei role, trying to give a word, lend a word, like, hey, not a lot of us know. So you is a very smart woman, out there being an activist, knowing what you're doing. Like, since you're leading, lead the people, because there's a lot of people like myself that have no idea. A lot of people like J. Cole that have no idea. There's a lot of brothers out there that have no idea, that need the knowledge. So that's where you come in. That's where the activists come in. The Kendrick Lamars, the No Names. That's where the activists come in, because you lead. This is what you're Panther. You lead. And you can say that, no, they don't need to do that. You know what I'm saying? Like, they're humans. But the thing is, when you take that role, Dr. Martin Luther King took that role. Malcolm X took that role. You take that role. Now it is your responsibility. That's why the difference between J. Cole, and I saw somebody say, y'all saw the tweet when somebody said that, why I do give Kendrick the pass, and I have said something about Kendrick's silence, it's okay because he made the album 4 years ago. But J. Cole, you made an album such as No Role Models, and you made an album such as 14 Forest Hills Drive talking about the people and the positivity, and you're supposed to be for the people. I was so mind blown by that, how it's not a double standard, because of how all Kendrick fans defend that. Now, I'm going to get about the Kendrick thing. I'm not going to say this again. This is the only time I'm going to say this, and I'm going to talk about it right now. The whole Kendrick thing I want to say about is the fact that the reason I'm mad at him, I felt some type of way, because your career over the last decade has been built over being an activist, being a Panther, being someone who represents the black community, being someone that everybody looks to, being a barrier breaker, being someone who has one of the most critically acclaimed black albums of all time, and To Pimp a Butterfly. So I expect someone who is equivalent to Dr. Martin Luther King in rap, in that same regard, to step forward and be vocal, not tweet, Not tweet! Be vocal. Be at the pro. You should have been the first motherfucker at the protest. That's how I felt. You should have been the icon. Kendrick Lamar. We ain't worried about what Ja's doing. We're not worried about John's, we're not worried about what Ja Rule's doing. We worry about what Kendrick Lamar. Because you're an icon. Charles Barkley, you're not a role model? Yes, you're a role model. It is what it is. Sorry. Should have never did that, but you did that. And it sucks when people are trying to defend that. No, I don't care about a fucking album 4 years ago. I don't care. I expect you in 2020. I don't expect you in 2015. 2020. I expect 2017 MLK, 2018 MLK, 2019 MLK, 2020 MLK, 2021 MLK, 2020. I don't care about a 5-year-ago album. That's where I was mad at. And you know the fact that who was defending Kendrick Lamar in those tweets? Barely black people. And I'm gonna put that out there. That's another thing that was getting me mad. The people that were actually defending Kendrick Lamar weren't even black people. So now you're trying to... cause 5 years ago you did the album. Yeah, bro, yeah. Yeah. That's all I'm gonna say about it. For Kendrick Lamar, I was just disappointed. That's it. Still love him as an artist. I was just disappointed. That's it. Critically acclaimed. You are the icon, the Grammys, shield breaker. I just expected you to be there. I expected Kendrick Lamar, the motherfucker, just be like, fist up. He didn't even have to say anything. That's how powerful Kendrick is. Fist up, front of the riots, fist up. That shit would have been iconic. Just knowing that he's behind the people. That feels crazy to me. But again, it sucks because I'm also being on the other side of what J. Cole is talking about. Because the song also pertains to me. Because now I'm being the person that yeah, it's not fair to Kendrick. He's just a one person. Yeah, blah, blah, blah. The reason I gave Cole the benefit of the doubt, not Kendrick, is because Cole has never been that activist like that. He didn't make a critically acclaimed black album of all time. All right? He didn't. That's where the line for me is set. So a lot of people also come to me and they were coming to me that day. And guess what? I didn't apologize to nobody because guess what? That's how I felt. I didn't apologize. Because I'm not built like that, bro. People that apologize, no. If you feel that way, you feel that way. Take your shit and take it to the grave. You feel that way. Now, about No Name, when he was saying that you should teach, I respect that. She should teach. A lot of people don't know, and I know it gets tiring. You get tired, when you're telling somebody who's not of the same race and telling them that why you should be a racist and why are you a racist and you can't get to there's 7 billion people on this earth and how are you gonna sit there and tell 7 billion people and explain to each person it's impossible. So some people just get tired and they get quiet. I understand that, but someone as of No Name, she fits the description. If the shoe fits, we're gonna talk about her. It's not about her, but we're gonna talk about it because the shoe fits. Someone like her, she expected. She did the same thing with me. Cole Kendrick, she expected him. So I am guilty of that. I look at it from that side. I fault myself for that, okay? I forgot that they were human. I was just a little disappointed. I wasn't to the degree where No Name was, but I was a little disappointed. And I think that No Name fans should understand this wasn't a diss track. This is J. Cole talking to a little sister. Talking to yo, hey, I don't know everything. I'm still down to learn. So help me. Let's help each other. And a lot of people, Chance coming out and getting on Cole, I don't agree with that at all. I feel like Cole did the right thing and he said the right thing. He didn't bring anybody down. He didn't come at anybody maliciously. He did everything the right way. So how are you going to get mad at a man who's doing the things the right way? What did you want him to do? Make a diss track and be like, yeah, and knock her down? That's what he should have did? He's talking about problems that we have within the black community. We are always at each other's necks. We are our own worst enemy. Next to the police. I don't want to talk too much about it. I've said, I know it's all over the place for me. I'm not as good as Sean C. I'm not as good as Needle Drop. I'm not as good as, these nice talking motherfuckers. Tabby. Tabby's also another nice talking motherfucker. I'm more of a guy of emotions. I talk what's on top of my head. I preach. I give you guys the feel. I feel what I feel. And I explain that as best as I can. Now, you give me some calculus thing, I would do that shit in a minute, all right? I was going to be an engineer in motherfucking USF. I told y'all that. But this is my best way of explaining it. Get in the comments below. Please be respectful. Let's have a respectful conversation. Don't give me that, oh, you're a kid, yeah. Please. Honestly, I don't care. To be honest, I'm thinking about not doing Kendrick album and just doing a live stream. That's how bad it was at that point, at that moment when I felt like, yo, you know what? Let's do a live stream. Fuck that shit. You can come in and then I'll gulag your ass when you get in the goddamn. I'll gulag the fuck out of you when you come on my Twitch stream because you can't talk that mess on my grounds. All right. But I just felt like it was unfair for the backlash that Cole got, biased or unbiased or not. I just felt it was unfair for what he did. He did it in a very respectful manner. He talked about what he needed to talk about. He talked about issues. He gave respects. He even propped up the queens and said, hey, like, you know, like, he wasn't trying to belittle anybody. I know somebody said something about tone deaf as well. Like, that shit was crazy when I was reading that shit. Like, a lot of people just need to shut the fuck up on Twitter. Really. Sometimes you just need to put the phone down and shut the fuck up. Stop acting fake weird. Fake weird, fake woke. You know what I'm saying? Fake alive. Like, just shut the fuck up. Get in the comment box below, man. Let me know what you think, man. Don't forget, follow me on social media. Let me know what you want to hear. Give it 3,000 likes. We can do vinyl on the wall, man. I'm ready for a new J. Cole album. I'm ready now. I'm ready. I want to hear what J. Cole got to say. I love the kind of just the classic feel at the end with the instrumentation. You know, kind of had a a little sob thing going down. Makes you feel it. And I just love what he had to say. It wasn't really a track, like he just had to say something. He had to get it off his chest, and that's exactly what he did. We're gonna keep it like that, man. Until next time, it's been with Dev. We out, man. Peace.